Hey guys, it's MIgardener. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to can pears, and it's been something that I've been wanting to show you guys for a long time, and I've never really gotten around to it, and it's never been the right time of season because now pears are ripe, and we actually have a tree across the street. It's a relative of ours, and they never pick their pears, they just let them all fall to the ground. So we asked them, hey, can we take some of your pears? And it's a Bartlett pear, so obviously it's one of the best types of pears to use. They're a nice firm pear, but they're still juicy, really flavorful. They're going to hold up well. So we do have our Bartlett pears. They fell to the ground, so we didn't pick them. So that lets me know that they're optimal ripeness. And then we also have wide mouth jars. These are a wide mouth jar because the pears are pretty wide, so you don't want a skinny jar. Plus, getting them out is a pain in the butt. So these are, I believe these are quart jars. Yeah, wide mouth. I think they're quart jars. Maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, they're wide mouth jars. That's all that really matters. The size obviously doesn't matter much. And we're gonna throw them in the dishwasher first, just for a really quick cycle, because you want them to be really hot, because you want to disinfect them. So we're just gonna throw them in the dishwasher. Don't add any detergent, because you don't want some detergent in there. You just want some hot water to sanitize them. So we're just gonna put them just through a rinse cycle really quick, and then we'll go on to the next step. Alright, so the next step is we're actually going to prepare our pears here. So we have, actually to the right of us, we actually have a bowl, and that bowl is filled with 1 quart of water to 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and that's actually just helping the pears to not brown, because the sugars will actually begin to oxidate, and you'll have some brown pears pretty soon. And as we're scraping these off, I find that a carrot peeler works amazing for this, but a knife works great too. You're also going to need a knife to cut them in half because you're not going to want whole pears. So what you're just doing is just peeling off the skin here, and it's a super easy step, but you want to make sure that all of the skin is off before you peel, or before you cut the pears, because then all you're going to do is just pick out any bad spots that show up with the peeling process, because you don't want any holes or bad spots, because those are going to spoil really quickly even if they're preserved. And also, obviously, you probably don't want to eat anything that's been bruised. So there we go. All right, those are almost there. Yes, that's all done. Okay, cool. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take our knife, and we're just going to cut off the bottom there and cut off the top, and then just cut the pear in half here. And that's there we go. Okay, it's got to go through that core there, kind of a hard core. Watch your fingers. Okay, awesome. Now what you're going to do is you're going to notice you got this this core here, and this core normally has some seeds in it. Why there's seeds, I'm not totally sure. Why there's not seeds, I'm not totally sure. But what you're going to do is you're going to take a melon baller here, and to get that core out, because it's still a hard core, you're going to want to pop that out there, and just make sure that there aren't any seeds in there. So now you have the core taken out. Then you're just going to take that stem out, just cut on an angle. That's out, and then you're going to want to take out this the butt end of the pear as well. And had I cut it in half evenly, that would not have looked so bad. But basically, you're just going to do that to both sides. Plop it in the water, and then I'll do another one for you. It's literally as simple as just going right around that core there. Then just cut it on an angle, pop it out, and then that one's actually already done, because again I didn't cut it on an angle, so this one didn't have any bit of that butt there. But normally you'd cut it on both sides, get that out, throw it in the water, and then we actually have our syrup prepared for the canning process. So the canning process involves sugar, because sugar is a preservative, so we chose to use a heavy syrup. However, you can do a medium or a light depending on your skill of canning. The heavier the syrup, the easier it's going to be and the less risk you have of your food spoiling.
we chose a heavy syrup. We got the ratios actually from a really reliable source. So check the description below, and I actually have a link for you guys. It can help you out. It's awesome. It's something about National Association for Home Preservation or Home Food Preservation, something like that. But yeah, we got the ratios there. And basically for the heavy syrup, we used 5 cups of water to 3 1/4 cups of sugar. And that's going to be just right. We want to bring that to a boil. As you see here, it's just starting to boil. But you don't want it to evaporate out. You want it to just start boiling. And as soon as it starts boiling, you want to throw your pears in, because that is going to cook the pears, because you want to cook the pears for about 5 minutes, because you don't want raw pears, otherwise they'll turn brown inside the cans, so you don't want that either. So you want to cook your pears in the syrup and then use the syrup to fill up to top off the jars as well. And also obviously make sure your jars are at least warm so there's no thermal shock and cracking. And it's literally as simple as that. So we're going to throw the pears in here just as soon as it starts boiling a little bit more, and then we'll show you guys the next step. Alright, so now we got our pears boiling. They've been boiling for about 5 minutes now. We've got our wide mouth jars. We're just going to take the pears here and put them in the jars first. Make sure the pears lay kind of flat, because you're going to get more per jar if they're not all like rounded edge up. You're going to have a bunch of empty space. So make sure they all kind of fit together and they're all kind of going one way. And then I'm going to fill it up about to the line, and then you're going to take some syrup and fill it up a little bit above the line, just a little bit. Really not a huge science. And then we're going to take our lids. You're going to want a washed lid, hot, and a washed lid or a washed ring. And then you're just going to take a rag, wipe the ring, or wipe the rim of the jar so you have a good seal, and then just tighten to your fingers. Don't wrench it tight, just as tight as you can with 2 fingers. And then that will go into a hot water bath that we have boiling over there, sorry. So we have this, and you're going to boil it for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending on the ripeness of your pears as well. Because if you boil it for any more than 25, it's actually going to cook the pears inside even more, and it's actually, instead of sealing the jars, it's going to cook the pears inside. You're going to have just like basically pear sauce, and those are never pleasant. So 20 to 25 minutes, you're going to be totally fine. One thing I did think was very notable to say, once you have filled up your jars with the syrup, you want to take a knife. This is just a butter knife, but you want to take a knife or a spatula, and you want to work around the rim and kind of push the pears down a little bit, because there's air trapped underneath. When the pears looks like this, there's air trapped underneath here. When you have to force water underneath there and push the air out so that the jar can actually be filled with more syrup. Because you'll notice that when you do that, you will have actually some extra space for more liquid to go in. So that's literally as simple as that. Like I said, not too scientific, and hopefully you guys will try it. I think it's a very simple way to preserve your harvest.
So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and as always, this is MIgardener reminding you guys to go big or go home and go preserve something. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.